Alright, this is my attempt to make some connections on the Mexican death cult called the Zetas, and they're part of the Saturn group. There's no doubt in my mind about it. I mean, all you gotta do is look at this and look at his number 3 and 6. That's 9. You know, one of their aliases is El Taliban. There's that L word. We know where that comes from. Let's see here. Also, if you add 37 and 30 and 2.3, that's 45. 4 plus 5 is 9. And here we have was the leader, and I guess this guy took his place. You notice he's wearing a purple shirt. There's another nickname, L50, El Taliban. You know, these guys are crazy. There's another nickname. It goes on and on. I'll leave links so you can come back and read this, but that's pretty much it for this link right here. This lady right here, she was a mayor of a small town, and she stood up to the drug cartels for the longest. I remember hearing about this in 2009, and just recently she got abducted. She was tortured and killed. She has red hair too, imagine that. But they don't play around down in Mexico. They will exterminate you and your family. This drug cartel down there, they have ties to the Fast and Furious, and it's crazy down there. And this is funny to me. The Mexicans said that they killed him, but the Zetas came in and they took his body. It just sounds like a big fairy tale to me. And his nickname was the Executioner. That's pretty crazy. Another thing that's interesting about this is this was reported on October 9th. Right? You add 151, 2010, 131, and 2010, you come up with 4,302. You add those up, you go back to 9. And here we have the definition of Zeta. It comes from Greek or Phoenician origin, as we should really say, because that's just, there's no such thing as Greek or Hebrew. It's all Phoenician. But really, what really caught my attention was this right here is the sixth brightest star in the constellation Zeta Centauri, Alpha Centauri, Orion. That's, you know, all the connections are here. This, you know, is pretty awesome to me. And here we have the giant star Zeta Orionis is shown in blue. This is it right here. Pretty amazing. Here it is, the hot blue. Well, it looks purple to me, but you know, whatever. I'll leave all the links so you guys can come back and check it out if you want. But this is pretty amazing to me, the connections. This guy has this is the tattoo of their whatever you want to call it, their idol. And what do you know? It looks just like the Grim Reaper. Here's their patch. The X with the circle around it, Phoenician. You got the double-headed eagle. Most likely that represents a 6-point star. And this is the congresswoman that got her head blown off by that Jared guy, who he is also connected to this little tale, and I'll get to him shortly. Can't remember if she was a senator or congresswoman, whatever. And here we are. Here's our saint, decked out in purple. You notice the hand gesture as well. And look at that. Another picture of it with the rainbow colors. You know, it goes back to Saturn. Here's some people about to meet their fate. And here's their idol again. It's Mexico City in the background. And here we have another picture of their idol. As you can see, it has a crescent moon in the background. 3 candles. Three also represent Saturn. The colors yellow and purple. Saturn. It just gets better and better. This is very interesting. Here we have a preacher for the Roman Catholic Church, which the Roman Catholic Church totally denies any connections to this, but there's already been people in Mexico who has made the connections, and I'll get to that shortly. Here he is wearing purple, and there's their idol in the background. It's just sick. And here you see people leaving items for it, whether it be coins, you know, little kids' toys, money, drugs. Some of the gang members even leave body parts for these altars. And in the past, when they found the dead bodies or the decapitated bodies, they always leave a little figurine of this idol where the bodies are found. I remember it being reported all over the news. I'll see if I can't find a link that shows it. Here we have another one. I mean, it's pretty much self-explanatory if you know what you're looking for. Interesting. We have the purple walls, and I can see it. It's wearing a purple outfit. You see people leaving flowers for it and other stuff. I mean, it's just a Mexican version of the Grand Reaper, pretty much, in my opinion. You see the owl. Here you can see a flyer denouncing the devotation to the Santa Muerte affixed to the wall in the Mexico City neighborhood of La Roma. I mean, it's all satanic. And here we have another altar set up. I mean, if this isn't satanic, I don't know what is, man. Pretty creepy stuff. And here we have this idol holding Jesus, or what should be Jesus. I mean, this is just disgusting to me. And it's purple, by the way. And here is one just of many connections to the cult of Saturn in the Roman Catholic Church. This is their idol in Mexico, but this is in a Roman church in Rome. I mean, here it is. Santa Marta is a Mexican interpretation of our beloved angel of death. She is a deity or saint-like figure worshipped and venerated in Mexico. Syncretism between, I can't even pronounce that, and Catholic beliefs. Mexican culture since pre-Hispanic times has always maintained a certain reverence towards death, which can be seen in the widespread Mexican celebration of the Day of the Dead. Santa Marta generally appears as a skeletal figure clad in a long robe and carrying one or more objects, usually a sickle and a globe. As the world of this deity was clandestine until recent, most prayers and other rites were done privately in the home. However, for the past 10 years or so, worship has become more public, especially in Mexico City. The number of believers in this deity has grown over the past 10 to 20 years. Approximately 2 million followers in Mexico has crossed the border into Mexican communities in the United States. They even had a museum in New Orleans, and when Katrina hit it destroyed it, which is pretty awesome in my opinion. What people gotta understand is all this death going on in Mexico is nothing but a newer version of the Inquisition. I mean, the way they're tortured, the way they have their heads cut off. I mean, everything. The way their bodies are stacked, the body parts are stacked up. It all goes back to the Roman Catholic Church and the Inquisition. It's just a newer version of it, plain and simple. Another satanic Catholic trophy room. The worship of skulls is not only permanent in Mexico and Bolivia, but also in Hallstatt in Austria. This was like during World War II. I remember reading about this. The Catholic priests, they all gathered up these people and they had an actual contest to see who could cut the most throats in one day. And I think one of the priests from a different country beat the guy in Austria. I think he had like 1,000, like 300 something people that he killed in one day. He beat the other guy by like 200. I think this was in the book by Avery O. Manhattan called The Vatican's Holocaust. They were called the Ustashi, and they were ruthless. They made the Nazis look like choir boys, no doubt. The miners in Hallstatt were massacred during the Reformation. The Roman Catholics took skulls up from the grave, exposed them to the moonlight, and decorated them. That's pretty fucking sick. And here you can see the skulls that are decorated. All this, I mean, they even have the dates of the deaths written on there, and it's just disgusting. The Roman Catholic priests in Hallstatt killed Christians, cut their heads off their bodies, and decorated them. Some of these they had beheaded. Here's a more close-up picture of the decorated skulls, and they do the same thing in Mexico too. Same exact thing. And here's the picture of the skulls decorated for the Day of the Dead festival in Mexico. So it's the same ritual practice. And here we have some more pictures of skulls decorated. Whether they're real or not, it's the same ritual practice. Here we have another altar. This one's in Poland that the Roman Catholics pray to. And all the connections are here. I would advise people who watch this video. I'll leave a link up for this PDF. You really should read it all. And here are some links right here where you can click on it and read for yourself. It's all the connections are there, from the gangs in Mexico to their origins, all the way back to Roman Catholic Church and further back. And here we have the Pope paying homage to the corpse, which has a halo around it, which is just a representation of Saturn. Another connection. Oh yeah, by the way, there's a new cartel popping up, and they're called Las Cobras Templarios, which is just Spanish for Knights Templars. I mean, come on, man. Fuck. For the links to the PDF files that I'm going to put in here, I'm just going to put it on my Scribd account. I'm going to kill two birds with one stone. You can come to my page and just click on the Scribd account and go to there. I'll organize it to where it's easy to find because I have a lot of documents on there. But thanks for watching my video.